I've been gaming for a long time. Oh, please forgive my voice sounding very harsh and masculine today. I just woke up from crying in my bed like a little bitch, drinking and popping all sorts of pills that aren't good for me. Yum yum. Depression. I'm gonna make a cereal about that. I'm gonna call it Depressionos, but that's another story. Anyway, I've been gaming for a long time. And if there's one thing that has always been a trend in gaming, it has been actors or politicians getting on a platform to attack gaming because it's an easy target. It really is. The only target easier than gaming to attack is the war on drugs. And much like the war on drugs, gaming is going nowhere. So get used to it. That's all I have to say. So, as I was playing with my dick this morning, not literally, it's just a figure of speech. Like, playing with my dick is a term I use to say doing absolutely fucking nothing. Staring at a blank wall like a retarded chicken. But anyway, I looked through my feed, seeing if there's any news, and then I saw this by Polygon. Ashley Judd has said this, and I quote, "Profiteering off of misogyny in video games must end. The actor calls out hypocrisies at high levels within the industry without naming names." Does Ashley Judd even game? Like, on the real? Like, for real, does Ashley Judd game? Because I don't think so. On top of that, what the fuck has Ashley Judd done in a past couple fucking years? She has not been in a movie in so long. I don't know, my cat didn't have tumors. That's a really shitty and sad analogy. Smokey, no! Don't tell them! For real, what has Ashley Judd done in a while? Well, now she's back in the news. She has a platform to stand on. Let's all do the feminist bandwagon on gaming, which is very popular. Oh my god, it's popular to the point of where, holy shit nuggets. I mean, it's to the point of where, like, this feminist thing, I thought it was dying down because Anita Sarkeesian has been proven to be a liar and a charlatan. She's made $1 million for Feminist Frequency, and she recorded like a handful of episodes at the Google Creator Studio in California, which the only criteria you need is if you have 10,000 subscribers, you can record videos there with good cameras and lightings for free. This is what $1 million of funding has created for her television. Her pocketing the cash and being as cheap as possible in the production value. But nobody in the feminist community sits there and goes, maybe this bitch is pulling our fucking leg. Now they're just like, nope, it's the patriarchy. It's the patriarchy. But let's get back to this. Now Ashley Judd is coming down on the whole gaming thing. Actor Ashley Judd has singled out the games industry as part of a TEDx talk that confronted the abuse of women online. Although Judd made the speech in October, the talk just made its way to YouTube a few days ago. She scorned the industry for its callous treatment of women and specifically for the hypocritical stance on Gamergate behind closed doors. Now, as far as I've gone down on this, it has a lot to do with her being abused on Facebook and Twitter, which I really don't know what the fuck that has to do with gaming. You know, who the fuck hasn't gotten shitty messages on Twitter and Facebook? Who the fuck hasn't gotten bad messages on the internet? It reminds me of something Q said from fucking Star Trek The Next Generation. You're gay. Oh, fuck you. But really, one of the best Star Trek series ever. Q is one of my favorite characters. I'm going to put the clip in here to hell with the copyrights, because what he says here sums up the internet perfectly.
If you can't take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed. It's not safe out here. It's wondrous, with treasures to satiate desires both subtle and gross. But it's not for the timid.
Now, for some reason, Ashley Judd thinks this is some sort of thing against women. Alright, so what? People don't fucking like you, Ashley Judd. Here's an idea. Oh yeah, she also paid someone to go through her Twitter and clean out all the nasty comments that are sent to her. Good work, bitch. You know, you're such a special snowflake, you can't even look at the messages someone writes you. You know, you gotta pay someone else to do it for you. My fucking Christ. I wish I could pay someone to look at my bills and scream, "No!" and then throw them in the trash for me. Like, really, what the fuck is this shit? It's absurd. If I had $1 for every time I was called a faggot, if every time I was told I was stupid, or gay, or I should be killed, I should drink bleach, so on and so forth, I'd probably buy a fucking GTX Titan, X, Pascal, whatever. I'd get one of those or something, and then I'd have sushi and I'd eat off of it because the money keep rolling in, baby. Like, really, if you can't take internet trolls, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Life is a lot harder than some fucknut sending you a comment on the internet. It's not like they can come do anything to you, and it's not like they will. Most people who talk a lot of shit on the internet have probably never thrown a good right cross in their life. You know, so what are you worried about? I've been in situations that were hard, like people actually shooting at me to kill me. I've been stabbed in knife fights. Insults on the internet are nothing. You know, most of these fuckbads don't have a dick to play with. Mine is at least big enough for me to put between my 2 fingers and do this. Ah, yeah. That's how I jerk off. I rub my 2 index and thumb finger together. In the 15-minute presentation, she spoke out loud about the abuse thrown at her online every day. She tried to explain the effect these words have on her, while offering solutions to help curb what she characterized as the daily trauma of being a woman online. Everyone gets insulted every day on the internet. Everybody. What the fuck is your problem, Ashley Judd? She should be glad anyone's talking about her. I forgot Ashley Judd was alive. David Bowie is fucking dead, and he is still more in my lexicon than Ashley Judd. Scott Weiland died last fucking year in October, and still, the magic of Scott Weiland is in my head. Ashley Judd, really, queen? You should be glad anyone wants to insult you. I'm sorry, like, anyone's taking the time out of the day to just throw an insult at you. I have none for you, because frankly, I don't know what you've done in recent years. I don't care. And this just seems like a cry for attention to me. Maybe I need a TED Talks. Can I have one? I mean, people harass me every day. Can I have a TED Talks? You have a penis. Oh, fuck, that's right. I'm a guy, so I just have to suck up everything and shut the fuck up. That's right. Crap, I forgot. Ashley Judd continues to say, "I'm so tired of hearing you talk about me," Judd said, pretending to rebut a seemingly private conversation she recently had with an industry professional about how deplorable #Gamergate was when you're still making billions of dollars off games that maim and dump women for sport. What the fuck is she talking about? I know, Kitty, I don't know what the fuck's going on either. Like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? Like, she's talking about gaming as if every video game is GTA 5, and even GTA 5, everything else in GTA 5 doesn't exist. The whole point of GTA 5 is to get hookers, have sex with them, kill them, get your money back, and then run over their body a few times. Like, really, it's a sandbox game. Therefore, there are a lot of possibilities for you to do whatever the fuck you want. Just because the mechanic exists doesn't mean that it's something that's made to specifically single out with. Like, how come she's not talking anything about every game ever being fine with killing men? Like, really? Is killing guys cool? Like, nobody is putting up a thing like, I'm tired of games profiteering off of the killing of men. It's like in our fucking society, it's somehow ingrained that the life of a man pretty much means absolutely nothing. It really does. Like, if shit hit the fan today, me and every dude listening to this would be drafted if the game got that bad. Oh, we need some bodies. You know, get Chaz in here. The dude has tons of experience in fucking first-person shooters. He'll do fine. Wait, hold on. You mean you want me to climb this? Get up there, faggot. You gotta protect Ashley Judd. I mean, really? Does she not see the hypocrisy in her own argument? Maiming and dumping men is what happens all the time. All the fucking time. Run over guys, kill guys, blow guys up, chop guys in half, blow guys' brains out, set them on fire, blow up a helicopter, throw them off a building, that's fine. But somebody had sex with a hooker, killed her, and took back their money. Oh my god, it's horrible. Patriarchy! Patriarchy! My fucking god. Get a fucking life. What the fuck? There's bigger things going on. Can we worry about some bigger things? No, let's not do that. I'm not even touching that. Because then I'll start talking about conspiracy theories and people will leave my channel. Judd's very personal presentation was based on her experience on Twitter and other social media platforms. She explained she has at times encountered cyber mobs that send her rape and death threats at her in masses. As a survivor of sexual assault and abuse, she said the messages have had an effect on her. You know what? Now I'm going to get real with you. You want to be real? Let's get real. I've had a couple death threats. I don't really pay them attention. I've also had threats where people wanted me to work this. They were going to make me a Cambodian slave and work the streets. They're going to beat me up because I'm a faggot and make me a gay man dressed as a woman that has sex with men for money for this guy. So I've had this before. On top of that, I've also been sexually assaulted. All right. Okay. All right. This is going to be too fucking raw, but let's get real. supposedly from one of my psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever one, there's 2 kinds, and I can't tell the difference anymore. They said that I have memory regression and I block out sexual trauma that happened to me as a child. And you know what? Fuck it. You know, I got no time to sit here and fucking think about shit that happened that far back and how bad it fucked up the rest of my life. Yes, I may have some sort of issues, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here and dwell on them. 2, in recent years, around 2010, I had a girl that I was dating. Or hanging out with, I should say. But it was like, you know, we'd go on dates and stuff and nothing happened. And then one day she slipped some stuff in my drink and gave me some pills. And then when I passed out on her bed, she did what she wanted with my body. And then when I woke up and came out of it, and I was like, I think that was rape. And she said to me, Chaz, no one's going to believe you. Go ahead and tell the police. And as I left her apartment, I was like, oh my gosh, she's right. Nobody's going to like do anything about a girl doing something to a guy. Like, oh, she jerked you off, sucked your dick, and fucked it? Faggot. You want us to arrest her? Get out of here, homo, and shit like that. You know, like, nobody cares what happens to a man. And this, once again, reiterates my point that I just made. In video games, it's okay to kill, destroy, and completely mutilate a man, but running over a hooker in Grand Theft Auto is misogynistic, horrible, patriarchy, etc. A man's life is really kind of shit because we are so devalued and demoralized. The average guy really is. Like, if you are too nice to a woman, they don't find you interesting and don't want to bother with you, and then they go fuck some asshole who treats them like shit, and then they turn around and talk about how all men are garbage, and then, like, still, they see you're there and you want to treat them like a queen, but, you know, you're still too boring. You're like a brother. Just saying. Personal experiences. I have a lot of them, children. Rather than retreat, Judd said that she has hired someone to scrub her feed for her on a daily basis. Isn't that retreating? It seems kind of like, that seems like a retreat to me. I can't handle it. Someone else take care of it. That's retreating. You know, like, if I could get out of a fist fight when I was a little kid and have someone else take over for me, I would have. That'd still be a retreat. What, watching for the sidelines? What did she do? Watch from across the room where she can't see the screen as her personal assistant, specifically hired to go through her Twitter and clean her messages. God, fucking in LA, there's a job for everything. There's a fucking job for everything. I need you to get my toothbrush and put the toothpaste on it for me. The job pays $50 an hour. She went on to explain how there are quantifiable physiological responses to the kind of abuse she encountered, and that individually, in the aggregate, they are damaging to a woman and to women and girls personally, economically, professionally, and politically. I kind of find this is bullshit. And like, there's no worry about what happens to a guy here. And how does being insulted damage you that much? I mean, really. I think Ashley Judd right now is suffering from becoming an old maid in Hollywood. There was a time when she was beautiful, when she was young, she was in movies, people hailed her, people talked about how great she was and how beautiful she was and how awe-inspiring, and she got so used to that. Ashley Judd looks pretty fucking old. I think she's suffering from that, the hot chick syndrome. Hot chick syndrome is when an attractive woman who has enjoyed her life up until the point of where she's starting to look old and haggard now realizes the world isn't a very nice place. I love when hot chicks get old, because then they realize that they get to live in my world. What do you... They said these things about me? Yes. You're not young and pretty anymore. Nobody gives a shit how you feel. Welcome to being a man. Take a seat. Welcome. This is where people throw shit at us, yell at us, and blame us for things, and hate us because we exist. Welcome, Ashley Judd. I saved a spot for you. Right next to me, dear. Get ready. Here comes some more internet insults. My God. I mean, every day I see some message where someone tells me I'm not worth a fuck. I mean, even in school, in high school. God, this video is going to be long. In high school, I had a teacher who went out of her way to make me feel like shit. She sat on a table in front of me, put an L on her forehead because Smash Mouth's All-Stars was new back then. So then she'd go, the school is getting rid of all of the losers that are going to end up dead in the gutter because they're stupid and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there like, this is the shit I have to put up every day in my motherfucking life. And people wonder why I'm depressed. As the whole classroom laughs at me. Now, Ashley Judd is experiencing this through Twitter, and she can't take it. You know, where the fuck is... What was that? Was that the matriarchy that attacked me that day? You don't see me asking for fucking Patreon money. Judd offers solutions that seemed at the time too challenging as a problem of the internet abuse itself. Digital media literacy, she contends, should be taught with the gender lenses. The tech industry itself must create a critical mass of women across the organizations, while legislators and law enforcement alike must Are you serious? You want them to police the internet because people wrote you some nasty messages? Is this like a feminist thing? I remember seeing Anita Sarkeesian in Congress talking about how people writing her nasty messages needs to be taken care of because they're mean.
Not just what is legal and illegal, right? Harassment is threats of violence, but it's also the day-to-day grind of you're a liar, you suck, you know, making all of these hate videos to attack us on a regular basis.
I'm kind of dumbfounded by this. They want shit in place to go after people who say something mean about them. The implications and ramifications of this idea alone startles me. I mean, we're already losing all of our amendment rights. I mean, like, the Second Amendment's fucking gone. It's fucking gone. Is it the one where it's like you have the right to privacy and it cannot be violated without due process? Well, you know, walk into any airport, bitch, that amendment's out the fucking window. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm actually very disappointed in Ashley Judd. I forgot she existed, to be honest. I never had any bones with her. I didn't care anything she was doing because I don't care about anybody's life until, like, something that they do is bullshit, and this is pretty much it. Sitting up here, touting yourself as some hero, fighting against the gaming culture that's so misogynistic. It's so against women. It's so horrible. And it's always people who aren't gamers that have these sort of things. This is an easy way to get notoriety. It's an easy way to get people behind you. It's an easy way to get some sort of legislation in motion. And it's, as I play games, my thought process isn't about killing women or whatever. My thought process is on the goal and the mission. And if we were to pick apart everything that was wrong with video games, I think the video games in a whole are wrong. In the sense of, we always have to play some sort of idealized human being. The feminists get incredibly upset with this. The women are too pretty. There aren't women of different body types. Well, there aren't men of different body types. And if there are men of different body types, they're there for comedic relief, or they're there as an NPC to push the story along. Pretty much like all video games. I mean, Assassin's Creed Unity comes to mind. There's old men and women of different body types that teach you the creed as you go along in your mission, and they're in a position of power and you're just a fucking assassin. There really is no leg for them to stand on, but they will keep going at this because perception is reality, I guess, and their perception is the correct course in their mind. And often I find that the new phrase is echo chamber, and people will follow them because they are all talking in the same echo chamber they choose to listen to or believe in. To hell with the facts, to hell with information, long as it suits your goals, your views, and your beliefs. Pretty much like the president election with Trump and Hillary Clinton. It was just skewed on two sides, with people not willing to listen to one another, people quick to call one another a piece of shit and write the other one's argument off, and in the end, we all lose because both candidates were shit. I'm sorry, I'm so tired of this. This article actually pissed me off. This is some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and it's going to be posted everywhere because it's about the attack on women that, honest to God, don't we have, like, there's like a march going on in Denver today? So this all coincides with that. Here we go. Let's just ride the bandwagon. Video games are evil. Everyone who plays them is a misogynist, a rapist, and a racist. You know, it couldn't be that people play video games because they need to escape this sort of bullshit. It couldn't be that video games are a medium or a platform to actually be something you want to be, because frankly, in our everyday fucking lives, we are ostracized, we are criticized, we are shown we're not good enough. You know, men and women, I don't care. You go into any store, you look at any magazine, it only features beautiful people in perfect shape with these perfect lives and mansions and so on. Every day you look at that as you buy your cheap bargain brand food to go home to a family that either A, doesn't appreciate you, or roommates that are shitheads. And your only outlet, as all of your dreams die and fade into the oblivion of every day, is to turn on your gaming console or PC and just enjoy yourself a little bit and just run away. You get to be the hero. You get to write the story. You get to be something important. Whether the character is male or female, don't give me that bullshit of feminist. There aren't enough female characters, and if the female character's a lead, she's too strong and masculine. Well, frankly, I found most women that could lead were very strong and masculine, because it's a trait you have to have if you're gonna lead. You can't fucking be Joan of Arc and stand on the front lines of a fucking medieval battle holding a flag and not have your balls up when the bitch said, "For those who love me, follow me," and she ran dead smack in their arm with a fucking flag. Let me see Anita Sarkeesian do that shit. The bitch can't even handle a Twitter post. Fucking Ashley Judd can't handle a Twitter post. Fucking Joan of Arc was fighting dudes armed with nothing but a flag. Fuck you, that bitch was a feminist. I'm out. I can't take this no more. Get Jesus in here. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I also have an ASMR channel. It's dedicated to calling people stupid fucking pieces of shit. Thank you and good night, America. I don't even know how to fucking ASMR right. That's how dumb I am.